Hello everyone, November 2025 predictions for all signs using Vedic astrology. What a month ahead. Everything is shifting, changing, going a little crazy in a way. Planets going direct, planets going retrograde, including Mercury. But the good news, Mars is staying in his own sign of Scorpio. He's in the bunker, he's low underground, and he's planning, he's getting ready for his next attack. Wow, this is important. In some area of our life, things are shifting and we don't even know it's going on, but it's happening. So, a lot to discuss this month. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below if the video is helpful for you as well. Give it a thumbs up, share it around as well. Let's go. Indeed, with our key events, let's start with Mars. Mangala in Scorpio, his home sign in the bunker, under the ground, where those scorpions live, below the ground, all month. This is a superpower situation. Wherever Scorpio is in your horoscope, things are really solidifying in a very powerful way. You are making plans, or maybe other people are making plans and you don't know about it because it's a secretive sign. There's something bubbling under the surface and it's going to powerfully shift life direction. Mars only goes every 2 years into his own sign, and he gives everybody tremendous power of transformation, turning around and going in a whole new direction. So a very powerful undercurrent to a month in which everything else seems to be going a little crazy. Let's see. Well, not so crazy Venus in Libra. Venus in Libra is nice for business people at the beginning of the month, just the first week, as I'm going to show you why in a minute. This is good for cooperation, talking to people, diplomacy, cooperation. Very, very good for marriage proposals, business proposals, starting a new business at the beginning of the month. Yes. And the full moon on the 5th gives you all the information for that business deal, all the information for that big relationship encounter. Full moon Aries, Mars-led full moon. Everybody's emotions are going to be super on the edge at this full moon. Watch out for that. And just after, of course, Mercury, the planet of business, the planet of education in terms of learning ability, commerce, money, banking, and of course, communication and travel, is going to go retrograde on the 10th. So between the 10th of November, everyone, and the 30th of November, there will be delays in all the things I've just talked about. And the thing is, Mercury goes retrograde in Scorpio. So investment, stock market, things are going a bit crazy after the 10th. After the 10th, not so good big business deals. Beginning of the month is good, but after the 10th, hold fire. And very, very difficult for communication now. All sorts of secretive, underhand stuff going on. Are people telling the truth? Be cautious when Mercury goes retrograde. Something is hidden between the 10th and the 30th of November. True, he goes into Libra at the end of the month. Buddha goes into Libra, but he's going to come back into Scorpio. So there's a lot of hidden tension because he's with Mangala. So many disagreements, many misunderstandings, miscommunication, and travel is difficult. Many delays between the 10th and the 30th of November. And then on the 12th, Jupiter is also going backwards. He's only just entered Cancer sign where he is exalted. And I've spoken all about this Jupiter retrograde transit for everybody on my video, Jupiter, Cancer and retrograde. The link is below. Check it out most carefully. And the sun, Surya, goes into Scorpio, 17th of November, like he always does, middle of November. But this time Mars is there. This is extremely powerful for government planning, all sorts of secret negotiations, under the ground, hidden, secret contracts, all sorts of stuff is happening. but it could be favorable because Sun has strength when he is with Mars. So let's see. New moon happens a few days later on the 20th of November in Scorpio. And then 27th of November, Venus moves into not such a favorable place, into the sign of Mangala and Ketu in Scorpio, where Mars is. Watch for sudden attraction, sudden relationship, jealousy, possessiveness coming up during the last days of November. And finally, my goodness, what a month, as I say, 28th of November, Saturn, Shani, Lord of all karmas, is turning direct, when he will bring all the karmic input of his transit to everybody. When he's retrograde, it's different. He's been retrograde a few months now. Now he's turning direct. So these days, the end of November, Venus shifting to be with Mars, Saturn going direct, have caution in all activities the last days of November. Just don't do anything suddenly or precipitously, right? Take some caution. But here's the thing. Saturn going direct brings in those major Saturn Pisces karmas. Check the video. Link is below for you. Saturn in Pisces. He's full ahead now. Slowly but carefully, he is turning things around in that transformational factor which he has when he's in Pisces. The link is below. How to use a reading from your Vedic moon and ascendant sign, sidereal horoscope, not tropical Western. Check the link below to a website, Devaguru. Put in your birthday to bring up your moon and ascendant. One special factor, though, in these readings. After every reading, I include a daily tracker, but this is only to be seen from the moon sign, giving you the up and down days for the month. Let's begin. For Aries moon and Aries ascendant both, this month starts on a big relationship turnaround moment because the full moon happens in your moon sign or in your ascendant sign on the 5th of November. It's a bit tricky though, let's be clear, because Venus has gone into the 7th house as your 7th house lord, strong in its own sign but difficult by house. Partner is getting a little bit contentious. There can be quarrels. There can be showdowns even. Venus in this full moon in the 7th house is not so easy as it looks. One of the issues is that you're being very intense yourself, a little bit secretive, let's face it, because Mangala, your lord, is in Scorpio all month. You're feeling like you need to keep stuff to yourself, and this could be an intimate partnership or in your business and workplace situation. You're keeping everything under wraps. You are waiting for the right moment to make your move. And the biggest issue this month, though, for Aries, even after full moon, is that Mercury is going retrograde. Everybody feels it. I've just spoken about all the effects. Check the beginning of the video for how it's going to affect you and everybody. But still in your 8th house, as your 3rd house lord, you're keeping a lot to yourself, a little bit secretive. You're having some issues in the workplace because Mercury is 6th house lord. Colleagues becoming unpredictable, definitely, but you're keeping everything under wraps. You're thinking twice about what you say, but still it makes you highly irritable because Aries don't like this type of secretive under wraps atmosphere that Mercury retrograde in the 6th house will definitely bring. In the 8th house as your 6th house lord, right? So things are undercover. You're feeling tense. Should you say something? Should you not? In your relationships, you're going to have to say it. But in the workplace, you know you've got to keep a tight zip on what you say. And this is making you really frustrated. And if you are self-employed, definitely watch for some business tensions. Don't make big decisions about business, anything about trade, etc. while Buddha is retrograde. Check the dates at the beginning of the video. 10th until the 30th, basically, okay? But this new moon coming up in the 8th house can actually give you insight into deals like investments, wills, legacies. Some of you very, very good for that. Sorting out family finance at the end of the month is really favored. So the longer you can wait to make those big financial deals, investments, savings, wills, legacies, everything about long-term finance, the better. Avoid the beginning of the month, particularly second, third weeks, and everything will be good. Final thing to note, though it doesn't happen right until the end of the month, Saturn is stationed in the last few days in your 12th house. Sudden expenses, sudden tensions come up. A few sleepless nights happen in the last days. I would say 27th, 8th, 9th, those are the key days. Stay calm. Be really careful about conversations in the workplace, 27th, 8th, 9th. And Saturn is now going to bring up all of those sati karmas if it's your moon. But are they so difficult? Well, check the video on my channel, Saturn Transit Pisces. So whether it's ascendant or moon, Saturn's going full on direct in your 12th house. Check the video to see the long-term impact. Saturn in Pisces. The link is below. It's not so bad, actually. It gives you a chance to make big changes, but to do them slowly without making mistakes. Check the video. For Aries moon sign only, these are the go days during November 25, and the more challenging dates are on this side. Take a note for your diary. For Taurus, moon and ascendant, from the 3rd onwards, things get a little tricky because your Lord Venus has gone into a very weak position, the 6th house of the chart. This can affect you in certain ways. It's particularly strong from the moon, but also from ascendant. What happens is that you begin to feel cornered a little bit, like you're not quite sure what your next move should be. You get tension in the workplace. There's an undercurrent of tension because Venus is not strong here. You feel like you're doing too much work, but you don't know how to stop doing it. That's the other thing. And Venus with full moon on the 5th shows that something has to give. You could have some sleepless nights, some unnecessary worries about work concerns, or even some of you health concerns. But they are unnecessary. They will absolutely pass. By the end of the month, Venus has moved out of this house in any case. Pets, by the way, small animals could be having issues near to the 5th, but the good news, full moon gives clarity. So many of you get clarity about health issues, your health issues, pets' health issues, even workplace stress. You will get some information on the 5th which will clarify a difficult situation. Just don't take on too much. That's the thing. Now, Mars, super strong, of course, in the 7th house of your chart. Look at this pile up, Moon, Sun, Mercury, the end of the month. It's relationships, business situations get tense. There could be a blow up happening with your spouse, with your partner, even with your business partner, but it's unnecessary. It's simply due to Mercury misunderstandings. Mercury's in a weakened position, retrograde in your 7th house, but he's putting pressure onto you. Why? Because when he goes backwards, he puts pressure onto the opposite sign, and that is Taurus. So check what I said at the beginning of the video about Mercury retrograde effect. That affects everybody, and you particularly in your spousal intimate relationship, and definitely business partnerships as well. So many misunderstandings, and people are projecting, that's the best word here, projecting all of this onto you, and this makes you super angry because Mars is there. Keep your cool under all pressured negotiations, definitely during November 25. Particularly after 17th. Before the 17th, it's not so bad. After the 17th, many relationship, business, and even with the boss, because Sun is authority figures, misunderstandings could occur. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Don't say things out of turn or you could wish you had not spoken at all. So it's a difficult time though, because there's so much coming towards you. Guru goes retrograde on the 12th in your third house of communication. So there could be some upsets with your siblings as well after that time. Is there anything favorable going on you want to know, right? Yes, there is, Taurus. Look at this. Saturn in the most favorable place he can ever be, in Pisces, in your 11th house, is finally going direct on the 28th of November. So it's a tricky month with many ups and downs, but towards the end of the month, Saturn stations and he goes direct. This is the time when the doors begin to open again. Financial boom. You get good idea about future prospects, which are so good for you. So definitely check out the video on my channel if you haven't done so. Saturn transit Pisces. This is the best transit of Saturn can ever happen, particularly from Moon, but also from Ascendant. Check it out. The link is below, and there's 2 more years to go. You should know what's going down here. It's so favorable. The link is below. For Taurus moon sign only, these are the go days for you during November 25, and the more challenging dates are on this side. Take a note of these dates for your diary. It's another good month for Gemini moon and ascendant because so much is shifting and changing, but you like this. You enjoy it when things get a little bit chaotic, and you actually benefit from the chaos, as it were. First thing is that Venus is going into Libra in your 5th house, and there is a full moon on the 5th in the 11th house. Romantic relationships reach a turning point at the very beginning of November 25. So the time for a real heart-to-heart with your girlfriend, boyfriend, fantastic. Unless you have afflicting planets in Libra and in Aries, it's going to go very well indeed. Even information coming from your friendship network circles, colleague circles in the workplace will be illuminating and helpful for you on the full moon. Everybody's a little bit hyper though. Everyone's a little bit emotional, but you find this really useful information. Of course, without doubt, for Gemini, because you're ruled by Mercury, Mercury going retrograde in the 6th house on the 10th in the secretive Scorpio is a big, big deal for you. But the 6th house is a fantastic place for Mercury to be. You're in a powerful position. Mars is there as well, super strong, and after 17th the Sun. So after the 17th of November, you're in a powerful position to make workplace changes, to get a lot of tasks completed, even though Mercury going retrograde, you're going around in circles, but still you're completing everything and you're on top of the game while everybody else is full of confusion. Geminis are benefiting tremendously during November 25. You will get on top of unfinished tasks. You will get information about health issues after the 17th that is extremely helpful. Even about pets well-being, you can sort it out now. Mangala is super strong here. And the Sun, wow, I mean, it couldn't be better for sorting out health issues, getting fitness going your way. Take on a whole new diet, fitness routine. This is a great time to start this after the 17th of November. I know Mercury's retrograde, but still you can make improvements in your health. You may have to jig it a little bit because of Mercury going backwards, but this is the time for taking things in hand. You're in a very powerful position, you know, most of this month. Make the most of November. You can accomplish so many of your goals. Because you see, Gemini, on the 28th, there's a big switch. Saturn is in your 10th house. This is particularly important from the moon. And workplace stress will increase after Saturn goes direct on the 28th of November. But you see, it's not so much stress as responsibility. You want to do something which requires you to take on more responsibility in the workplace. That's it. So after 28, this becomes very apparent. So this is Saturn's Pisces transit going on for another 2 years. From the moon, as I say, super strong from ascendant 2. It is putting pressure on you, but giving you long-term reward. Check the video on my channel, Saturn Transit Pisces. The link is below. If you are Gemini moon sign, these are the go days for you. Join November 25, and the more challenging dates are on this side. Take a note of these for your diary. If you are Cancer moon, Cancer ascendant, wow, this is a very creative month for you and a fantastic time for your home and domestic affairs. Super important for students and anybody on an education course. What's happening first of all is that Venus goes into the 4th house, your favorite house, the home, right? Home, property matters go well. On the 5th, there's a full moon, so you get information about a home move, domestic change, domestic situation is highlighted, and difficult problems can be solved. Listen to other people, compromise, and you will be so glad that you did on the full moon. Even about workplace situation as well. Where do you work? In the office, at home? Are there changes to be made? 5th of November give you the absolute green light to make the changes. Near to this date, at any rate, the full moon. The issue is, of course, of Mercury, a very difficult, tricky planet for you because you are ruled by the moon. Moon and Mercury are enemies. Mercury's going backwards on the 10th in the 5th house. Check beginning of the video to see all the areas that everybody will be affected by this Mercury retrograde. I can't repeat them here, but let's look personally at your chart. If you have kids, it's a big deal. You could have some turnaround or some new information about children from the 10th, which is confusing. Stay with it. It's going to turn out very favorably. They could be having issues, but from the 20th, everything sorts out fine when the new moon comes in the starting a family, very important decisions made. But once again, at the end of the month, things get clearer for you. Of course, the big news is that Jupiter is influencing you so much, particularly for students. In your sign, he's been so favorable, but he's going retrograde on the 12th. He's hardly been there for a minute and he's turning backwards. You will still get favorable impact, but you're just having second thoughts about educational issues, foreign land, foreign trade, if you are a business person. Some confusion coming into your business from the 12th. Check the link below to the video. Jupiter transit Cancer, all the details are there, and all about how this retrograde Jupiter affects you in your sign from the 12th of this month, November. From the 28th, of course, Saturn, your 7th lord, very important for business people, self-employed people and students, goes direct 28. This means more pressure coming into your trading foreign land business. A few restrictions, but long-term prospects good. But for students, all of a sudden you start to feel, oh, I can't do the course, it's just too much. You feel overburdened. Take it easy, it's going to be good. Once again, this is a 2-year transit giving you tremendous progress, but responsibility in your business and your studying. Check the video, Saturn Transit Pisces. Once again, the link is below. So it's a very important creative time for you. Domestic changes are really favorable and connections with your kids are super good as well. If you are Cancer moon sign, just moon not ascendant, these are the go days for you throughout November 2025. And these are the more challenging dates on this side. Take a note of them all for your diary. The Leo moon and ascendant, this is a month for home and family and siblings and really good connections that you've not had for some time. This is actually quite favorable for you. but you'll take a little bit of time to get used to all of this new vibration happening. The first thing is that Venus goes into the 3rd house of your chart. So straight away, your communication is conciliatory, very important on the 5th, when big conversations with superiors might happen. That is teachers, lecturers, boss, anybody in authority, even father occasionally, near to the full moon on the 5th of November. But these are good conversations. This is good news. Even advisors give you good advice, helping you, financial advice, educational advice, health advice, near to the 5th. Listen to it carefully. It's super good for you. The intensity, as we can see, is happening in the 4th house of home, family, and property deals, where we have Buddha going retrograde on the 10th. So what's going to happen is that there will be delays around moving home, changing things around in the home, decorating the home, anything about home, environment, property, or domestic scene. Expect confusion and delays after the 10th. But still, these delays could actually work out good for you long term, giving you a much improved result. So stick with it. And the big thing you see is that Jupiter, Lord of Fortune for you, and very special planet indeed, particularly for students, goes retrograde on the 12th, and he's aspecting this 4th house, adding to the confusion. This could be difficult for students. All of a sudden, sticky things come up on the course and you begin to get a little bit fried with the learning. Stick with it. It's going to improve when Guru gets moving back into your 11th house in December. Students, do not fear about this. But it certainly means second thoughts about moving, domestic change, difficulties, particularly connected to foreign shores. Once again, these delays are going to be good for you long term, so don't get upset about it. Don't forget here, K2's still in your sign. You're making a few mistakes now anyway, so it's good when you have to think about things a little bit more carefully during this time. Big thing for business people, Saturn, the co-lord of your 7th house of business, goes direct. Good. This means you're going to make those big business changes, but at the end of the month, starting slowly, business direction becomes clearer. Financial investments become clearer, but it's a long-term factor. From the moon, it's a little more sticky because from the moon in Leo, this is Astam Shani transit. So check the video on my channel, Saturn transit Pisces. The link is below. This is 2 years of changes to your career, to your financial and your business situation. The link is below. And it's all starting up again, you see, when Saturn goes direct in Pisces. If you are Leo moon sign, watch out. These are the very, very favorable days for you, the go days. But the more challenging dates are on this side of the page. Take a note of these for your diary. Don't forget moon, not ascendant. For Virgo moon, Virgo ascendant, there's such a lot of information coming your way this month from all different quarters in your life. It's going to take you quite a bit of time to digest it all, take it all on board. What's happening is that your communication has become super pointed, powerful and effective during November 25. Yeah, there can be a few confrontations, misunderstandings happening in the workplace with your colleagues, definitely even with your siblings, but you still have to say certain things and people will respect you for this. Also strong aspecting Rahu, time to go for that new job, time to push out the boat, to get success in interviews, particularly during the first week. This is really favorable, but you see, After the 10th, Mercury, your Lord, is going to go retrograde. And this does add a bit of confusion. It doesn't take away power of communication. You are still very effective, beating all the competition, sorting out legal affairs, complications, health complications even, sorting out everything favorably. But Mercury brings some misunderstandings into these communications. If you have job interviews or any competitive situation, Mercury causes a little bit of difficulty here because you begin to have second thoughts about these new opportunities, openings coming. That's okay. You will get it right in the end. Perhaps you have to go back to go forward. That's all. It's favorable for you because Mercury's in a good place for himself. Now, financially, it's quite a helpful month for you because Venus is going to make an aspect to this full moon, second, eighth house. So some of you make a very important business, financial, investment, or even stock market move in the first week near to this full moon on the 5th. You will get important information about financial factors, family affairs, business affairs that helps you absolutely make the right decision in the first week of November. There may be quite a lot of emotional conversations though with your family, even with your in-laws, which are a little bit close to the bone as it were on the 5th, but still it's helpful to you to get feelings out into the open. You're feeling more supported family-wise. This is good. Big news though is that Saturn in your 7th house in Pisces is going direct on the 28th. So all of this Saturn karma directly affecting you. You're going to feel more responsibility in the relationship and business situation from the end of the month. But this is a long-term transit, don't forget. And actually, Saturn's good in this 7th house. He gets strength here. So check the video on my channel, Saturn Transit Pisces. The link is below. If your moon is in Virgo, then these are the go days for you during November 25. And the more challenging dates are on this side. Take a note of them for your diary. For Libra moon, Libra ascendant, wow, this is a month that's going to sort out so many complications in your life and things start to move forward in a quite favorable way. The first thing is that Venus is going to go into his own sign, your sign, of course, in the first house, ascendant or moon sign. This smooths out complications in your intimate partnership, but there's a big showdown moment, virtually very emotional conversations happening near to the full moon. So speak your mind, let your emotions guide you, and you will have a real breakthrough in a difficult relationship situation. Even you might propose marriage, some of you, or you may be proposed to, or you may decide that you need to let bygones be bygones and get closer to your partner. It's a very good moment for solving relationship tension. Very emotional, but important near to the 5th of November. If you're in business situation, you'll have a very important conversation with your business partners and come to a very good decision actually at this full moon near to the 5th. In fact, it's a big month for your business and your financial affairs. You're going to come to some really good conclusion about investments, wills, legacies, something which has been hanging fire for so long this month, and you're going to get a big feeling of relief. The only thing is, though, that it's going to happen with some backtracking because Mercury goes retrograde on the 10th. One of the best things, though, is that Jupiter in your 10th house, which has been making you feel stressed in the workplace for the last few weeks, is going backwards into your 9th house over some time. but he's turning retrograde on the 12th. All the stress in the workplace is going to evaporate completely. Students, this is really good because when Guru goes backwards into Gemini, he will favor you so much in your studies. Check the video below, Jupiter retrograde transit. And the other big switch, which is super good for you, is Saturn in this favorable 6th house transit in Pisces. He's going to be here for 2 more years and he's going direct again, thank goodness. So all of his favorable factors start to happen for you, health-wise, work-wise. With your legal affairs, you beat all the competition. All of the stress is absolutely going to go. So check the video. Once again, Saturn transit Pisces. The link is below. This is starting up at the end of November, a powerful time of renewal and success for Libra, Moon and Ascendant. And if your moon is in Libra, these are the go days for you during November 25 and the more challenging dates on this side. Take a note for your diary. For Scorpio Ascendant and Scorpio Moon both, wow, big decisions are going to be made this month. And then once you've made them, it's very likely you're going to backtrack a little bit on them. But don't worry, this can have a very good consequence. So don't worry if some indecision comes to you after Mercury turns retrograde in your sign. You were so certain about something, you'd thought it through, then you begin to have second thoughts after the 10th of November. There are 3 areas where this second thoughts is happening. 1, relationships. 2, home affairs. And 3, education. They're the areas. So let's split it down. Relationships. Your 7th house lord, your partner, has gone to the 12th house in a very strong place, but in a secretive position. Full moon on the 5th. A real showdown in an intimate relationship situation. Truth has to come out. Secrets may come out. Hidden factors may become revealed about romantic situations for Scorpio Moon Ascendant. Near to this full moon, it's really emotional for you on the 5th of November. Now, don't forget that Venus going 12th here as 7th house lord can be good. Of course, spouse could be having problems, health issues. They could be away a bit, traveling away from you perhaps, or they could be having some anxiety. This is why speaking together about their anxieties brings you closer together this month. It's really helpful because Venus is in such a strong sign. So deep bonding is actually possible, but only if there is absolute honesty and confidentiality between you. That's the thing to go for. But the most important thing of all is that your Lord Mars is in his own sign, in your moon or ascendant, and you will feel enormous courage and strength and determination to make big changes, particularly on the home front in the domestic area during this November 25. Of course, Mars-Rahu aspects are explosive, so there could be some family situation developing. Mother could be having issues, but you are going to sort them out. You are very capable, very determined. Even if things get a little bit unexpected in the home front, property deals, moving, all of these things, you will sort them out. But as I say, expect things to be emotionally turbulent this month. That's the thing. Now, students are going to have a few doubts. If you're on any education course from the 12th, information coming to you, or you begin to have doubts without any outside influence at all, can you do the course? Guru going retrograde takes away a little bit of your confidence in your ability, especially as Saturn is still so strong in this learning house. But stick with it. Don't take yourself away from your education just because you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Over the next year or so, things will get considerably better. Another point is that this month is super good for your health. After full moon gives you some information at the beginning of the month about health issues, you're starting a whole new exercise routine. Mars in the first house, perfect for that. You're getting health together after 17th and certainly after 20th new moon. A whole new attitude to your health, well-being and physical fitness is really on course to be so successful for you. Final point, of course, is it for everybody. Saturn's going direct on the 28th. Saturn in your 5th house. So issues connected to having children, being with your kids, children's concerns come up again. Take it slowly and certainly listen to the video on my channel, Saturn Transit Pisces. It's 2 more years to go with this Saturn 5th house. Lots to understand about the process. The link is below. If your moon is in Scorpio, these are the go days for you. During November 25, the more challenging dates are on this side. Take a note for your diary. Sagittarius, moon and ascendant. Now, this month splits into 2. The first 2 weeks are easier because you're around people and feeling supported. Second 2 weeks, you feel the need for a little bit of time alone, downtime, isolation. And actually, that's what you need. The last 2 weeks are a little bit stressed and you need to be cautious about these and maintain your health. Well, let's start at the beginning here because the full moon's quite favourable for you, particularly if you're in any romantic connection or a student. Venus aspecting the full moon. You get full understanding with your romantic partner. Maybe you have a real heart-to-heart, but something is definitely good and connecting between you. Maybe information in your workplace, colleague, network circles, which is useful to you as well, comes near to the full moon on the 5th. And students get a complete realization about the education course and the way forward for them. So some deep connections and some deep understandings come. Near the full moon, it's really helpful. Even financial increase, some of you may be available. But after the 10th, of course, Buddha Mercury is retrograde. Everybody feels it. Check the beginning of the video for the general effects for you as well. But Mercury is the lord of your partnership and he's in the 12th house. So partners acting a little bit strange now. Spouse, partners keeping a little bit to themselves. Despite the feel-good factor at the beginning of the month, you need to be on top of this and just keep communication open. They may be having some anxiety, that's a thing, or even some health problems. You need to be aware of that. And you start to get sleepless nights big time from the middle of the month because the sun is with Mars in the house of sleep in your chart. And your Lord Guru is also going backwards now. Check the video on my channel, Guru Transit in his exalted sign of Cancer. But he's going retrograde from the 12th. You are rethinking plans, particularly business people, monetary concerns, and students, especially feeling a bit insecure from the 12th. So check the video on my channel. The link is below. Jupiter Transit retrograde. It's so important because he is the lord of your destiny. But the momentous big change really, and this affects everybody absolutely, is that Saturn, lord of all karmas, is going direct in the 4th house of your chart from the 28th. Now, if you look at this chart here on the screen, you will see that Saturn is the only planet transiting in a Kendra to Sagittarius during November. And this is important. It's putting stress into your home life, to career and status, and to your feelings of security and belonging. It's especially for the moon a stressful transit. But you see, it's 2 years more to go to sort out domestic situation, career situation, and even relationships, some of you. So check the video on my channel again, Saturn transit Pisces. It's a turnaround, destiny 2 years for you. You must understand long-term implications. The link is below to that video. But as Saturn stands still during November, in the last few days, you feel this real tension inside. You feel like, oh no, all these domestic problems coming up again, all this feeling of being a little bit isolated, a bit out of it is coming up again. That's why connecting to your spiritual core, connecting to your inner self is so important. It's going to get easier as Saturn builds up speed. Do not fear. If your moon is in Sagittarius, these are the go days for you during November 25, and the more challenging days are on this side. Take a note for your diary. Capricorn, moon and ascendant. Things are shifting around a little bit for you, and there are very good openings coming for income and in the workplace. But there is one definite sticky moment for you, and that is near to the full moon at the beginning of the month. What's happening? Well, Venus has gone to the 10th house of your chart. This is not helpful for you at all because he's involved in this emotional full moon in a house he doesn't do well in. You may feel a bit manipulated in the workplace. People may be talking about things and you feel a little bit out of it. You may feel that you have to compromise, bend over backwards to please people on the job, and it is irritating you. Or there is some important decision about work-home balance which you have to make, and it's coming up big time on the 5th, causing tension in your domestic situation. But apart from that sticky moment around the full moon, things are moving ahead great, particularly in regard to career options, income, openings, and your ambitions. It's a good month. One thing though, as I've said beginning of the video, Buddha Mercury is going retrograde from the 10th. Now check out what I said at the beginning of the video for the general effects everybody will feel with this Mercury Scorpio. There's some undercurrents happening here, some miscommunication in the office space or with your friends, even some of you in your romantic relationships. There's some words spoken which are not going down well. You can make the best of this by keeping a lot to yourself because you're in a very strong position, particularly in the workplace. Mars is super successful in this 11th house. If you have any interviews, things may be delayed. Things may not go according to plan, but go for the opening. It's going to be favorable. Just don't get into office gossip. This will work against you because Venus 10th house and Mercury retrograde means keep things to yourself. You stay in a very strong position. And if you're a self-employed business person, Guru goes retrograde in your 7th house. This is a bit tricky. Some opportunity which you are hoping to take up business-wise is not looking so good from the 12th onwards. Once again, this is probably good because some things were not clear to you. Stay calm about the whole situation because the most important factor this month you should know is that Saturn, your Lord Saturn, is going direct on the 28th of November. This is the best news for you because Saturn's in a super strong house, 3rd house. And if you haven't checked the video, Saturn transit Pisces yet, you must certainly do so. Because the next 2 years, Saturn, your Lord, is opening up tremendous new beginnings, relationships, work, projects, business, everything. You will get success. Saturn is so strong that he gives you the results of very good past good karmas when he goes in certain houses. Rarely in these houses, every 30 years, and this is one of them, the 3rd house. So definitely check Saturn transit Pisces video. The link is below. Very slowly, things are picking up. So in the next few weeks, from the end of November, you will feel that you are definitely moving forward. This is a great feeling. If your moon is in Capricorn, these are the go days for you. During November 25, the more challenging dates are on this side. Take a note for your diary. For Aquarius moon and Aquarius ascendant, this is a very significant month for you because so many planets are in the Kendra houses of your chart, and this is magnificent for making big career decisions, big career change around, but you have to pace yourself carefully. You're definitely in the mood to push things forward. That's the thing. But let's start at the beginning. The full moon happens in your third house. It's about communication. Who with? Authority figures, father perhaps, siblings definitely, colleagues, and the boss. And it's going to go well. You're going to have a real lot of information coming towards you. People giving you good advice, which is really helpful as well. So full moon gives you opening of good information. And you get very good advice, especially this is really helpful. And Rahu aspects this Venus. You should take it on board even though you are disinclined to. That's the thing. Rahu continuing in your sign makes you so independent. It's hard for anybody to give you any advice actually during this transit. But back to the 10th house. From the 17th, it's a whole new beginning in the workplace. Superiors appreciate you. You are putting in so much work, making dramatic changes and feeling as though now is the moment to push yourself forward. But then on the 10th, you see, Mercury is going to go backwards. Now, this isn't too bad for you, Aquarius, because Mercury's in a good house. So all it means is that things get a little bit hectic in the job situation, in the office. There's rumors going around, secrets going around, undercover stuff happening because Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio and Mars is there. So take everything with a pinch of salt from the 10th. What you hear in the office mightn't be the truth. Keep your own opinion to yourself and stay on course because you are definitely making a very good impression and accomplishing so much. Keep yourself focused on your own goals. That's the key. If you get into office politics, office gossip, it's all going to quickly fall apart. Now, if you've been having health problems, the good news is that Jupiter in your house of health is going retrograde on the 12th. This is really helpful because Jupiter is not good here. When he's going backwards, he will give you relief from difficult health issues from the 12th. And students will actually enjoy the fact that Jupiter's going backwards because he's not helpful for education when he's in the 6th house. Yes, he's going to push you into difficult financial situations where you have to make cutbacks, perhaps business people, but he's going to get you feeling more secure and more on course with everything. That's the thing. So Saturn's direct motion is particularly important for Aquarius moon because Sati is coming to its conclusion as he keeps on going forward. So please check the video on my channel, Saturn Transit Pisces. The link is below to help you understand the importance of this 2-year transit. Saturn, 2 more years to go rather. Saturn in Pisces in your 2nd house. The link is below. If your moon is in Aquarius sign, here are the go days for you during November 25, and the more challenging days are on this side. Take a note for your diary. For Pisces moon and Pisces ascendant, a real turnaround month for you, but it's going to be also quite confusing at times. But let's start with the best thing, the full moon on the 5th. This is helpful to you in your financial situation. Some of you make fantastic investment decisions during the first week, or you get a really good red light on your business and financial concerns. You're going to get on top of any confusion in your family finance as well. good connections to your family at this full moon on the 5th of November. It's a little bit emotional, but it's helpful. And with your in-laws as well. There is peace at last. This is really helpful. So first week is generally really, really good for you. But after that, things get confused. In the last 3 weeks, or basically in the 3 weeks after the first week, which is most of November, be cautious. Why? Because your Lord is going to go retrograde again. And not only that, so is Mercury, the Lord of your 7th house. So Mercury retrogrades on the 10th and then your Lord on the 12th. This puts you into a little bit of a spin, so take it easy. This will impact domestic situation and your spousal relationship. Spouse is having second thoughts about stuff. Business partners having second thoughts about decisions they have just made. And you are even having second thoughts about decisions you've made. Wow. It's going to be a little bit confrontational, or at the very least confusing during November. Now, if you have foreign trade or you are a business person connected to foreign shore, things are going to get a little bit sticky when Mercury's retrograde. Many business problems, misunderstandings, and everything. You need to be patient. Check the beginning of the video where I have discussed Mercury retrograde. That will impact you certainly, especially travel, because he aspects 3rd house. So any short distance or even long distance travel this month from the 10th, expect delays. And if you have any consultations with anybody, whether it's a health consultation, educational concerns, that's a big thing. I'm going to come to that in a minute. But health consultation, legal, financial, any sort of person giving you advice, it's going to be a little bit difficult to take on board. It's going to not make any sense, basically, because Mercury is retrograde. But still, you can get clarification and it will be okay. Maybe get second opinion, but expect some confusion in any formal consultation during November. And be prepared for some misunderstandings with superior, boss, anybody who is in charge of you in a work situation, especially students, teachers, lecturers, will be driving you nuts, basically, because Mercury going retrograde. So many misunderstandings. One lecturer saying this, another one saying something else. You feel like you can't deal with the course anymore. It's going to smooth out by December. Do not fear. So quite a confusing month, definitely, Pisces, moon and ascendant. Much misinformation, challenges are there. But in a way, it's helpful for you, definitely, when Saturn goes direct on the 28th. Yes, he's in your moon sign. Sati's full on again. You're ready to take responsibility, get some hard work done if your moon is in Pisces. And if your ascendant is here, you become a little stressed and even have some relationship issues. But still, you can get focus from this Saturn going direct. Check the video. The link is below. Saturn transit Pisces. 2 more years to go. All the information is on the video. If your moon is in Pisces, here are the go days for you during November 25. And the more challenging dates are on this side. Take a note for your diary. Check out all the other key videos on the transits happening. The playlist is up on your screen. And don't forget to sub if you're new. Goodbye for now. God bless everyone.